Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. Happy Tuesday to all of you. I know I do that. I know I give you guys the day of the week. I have to, because one, I need to remember what day of the week it is, because I forget. And two, it just helps keep me organized. I hope all of you are doing well and you're having a wonderful week so far. It's only 2 days in, but I know that can be challenging in and of its own right sometimes when we're trying to figure out how to navigate our spaces and how to stay as productive as possible. Our goal is to give you a little bit of morning message each and every morning to help you in feeling good about where it is that you are and what it is that you're doing, help motivate you in getting closer to your goals, and doing that in the most effective way possible. We have been super, super busy, and I have not always been as productive as I wanted to be within the last couple of weeks, just because I've had so many moving parts and so many things going on. But now I feel good. I feel good. I don't know if any of you feel this way in the entrepreneurial space, but if you feel like you are working on your business rather than for your business, and for the duration of the time in which I've been participating in This Is It TV and all that is IG Creative, I've been working on it. And not necessarily, for it, right? And so I would go to work every day feeling as if I have to tweak and I have to move and I have to do. And then not to say that that ever stops, but now finally I feel like there's specific things that I have to do every day. There's specific ways in which I need to move every day. There's ways in which things I need to be focused on, and agendas and duties and tasks, as opposed to kind of this whirlwind of uncertainty. So even in this, hi Arena, how are you? And even in this world of, uncertainty, I find myself getting into even a better rhythm. I think that it really is because I was forced to sit down. I was forced to kind of get focused and organized and understand what this was going to look like for me. And I like it. I like it a lot. I like this on me. I'm feeling very good about it. I'm feeling very, very good about it. I hope you guys are feeling good too. It's nice to get into a rhythm physically and professionally and personally. I'm getting myself into a rhythm, and it's good. And it's good. And I feel really good about it. So I want you guys to feel really good about it as well. It is a work in progress. Everything takes steps and to move towards it. Good morning, Lisa. How are you, my darling? A lot of exciting things really going on right now, which is kind of crazy. Lisa, you should have gotten an email as an expert. The membership is up to about 50 women so far, even in its inaugural launch. So I'm excited and excited for all of you guys to be connecting with one another. If you are interested in being part of our Scream Your Dream membership community, it's only $49 a month. And you get to learn marketing each and every week on how to better your business, how to scream your dream, how to perfect your personal brand, as well as get connected to our wonderful IT experts. So that has launched this week, which is why I've been a little distracted in what it is that I was doing. So it's been a little crazy for me, but I'm excited. It's a process. Today's morning message, as I kind of, banter around, today's morning message is about your community and what that community looks like. And so even in developing, and a lot of this has to do with the reflection that I get from what it is that I create. And since I have been diving in and really very, very, focused on this Scream Your Dream community, one of the things that I've been questioned about or, have to really come to terms with is, what does community look like to me? What does community look like to me? What do I want from our community? What do I want it to be? How do I want it to function? And so I'm challenging you to think about your communities as well. When in the past, it was really about, quantity. I wanted more fans and more followers and more people and more, like all of those things. I wanted it to be just a lot for the sake of lot, and I wanted it just to be big and abundant in its size, not necessarily in its value. I just wanted to have more numbers and not necessarily more connections. And so as I've matured as a business owner, good morning, Tara, as I've matured as a business owner and been gaining clarity on what it is that I'm doing, on my strengths and what it is that I bring to the table, it is really now to say that my community is valued in the people within it. and really diving into all of the people that I've been able to connect with in this long journey that has been my career, that has been IG Creative, that has been This Is It TV. So I challenge you to think about what your community looks like. I challenge you to think about what your community needs from you, what you offer your community, and what value do you bring. Are you looking for quantity? Because that's a real thing. Are you looking for more people? And are you, if that's, that's a real want, especially if we're doing, volume-based, good morning, Karen. If we're doing volume-based communication, are we looking for more community in that way? Or are you diving into the quality of the relationship of the community members in which you have? And some of you are like, Sheldon, I don't have a membership community in that way, but I'm talking about the people who follow, fan, and like you. The people who have chosen to opt into the content in which you provide. And for those of you that are not familiar, content is anything. It is your posts, it's your blogs, it's your photos, it's your videos, it's your lives. That's content. And so those that tune into you, those that watch you, those that pay attention to you, what are you providing them? What does that community look like? Where does it reside? Where does it live? Are you East Coast based or a global entity? What does that look like? Because it's time for us to really hone in on that community in order to better serve them, in order for us to focus on each and every member of the people who choose, opt in to follow, fan, and like, and to respect each view in that way. So whether or not one person came to see me today or 10,000 people came to see me, it's how I show up for the people that are in my community and what that looks like. How I show up to an event, how I show up to participate, whether it be Zoom or in person. How I focus on building what it is that I've got going on by communicating with those that are choosing to follow me. What does your community look like? And some of you, your community are your clients. Some of you, there were clients that you had before quarantine that, oh my goodness, miss you desperately because it's 5 months later and just simply need for you to connect with them in a really significant way. You really want to be vulnerable to the point of being accessible and real. You know how I feel about fake it till you make it. It's not that's not a thing. It's not a real thing. It's literally fake. And so I want you to be authentic with this community, right, Karen? Right? That's what you're saying. I want you to be authentic with this community. I want you to meet them where they are. I want you to provide them the best of you in your most authentic self. But I need you to identify them. Flying blind, pretending that you understand them when you in fact do not, is a dangerous thing. Talking to them, understanding what it is that they want, and also understanding how that works out for you, right? What that means for you, what that looks like for you. How often can you connect with them? How often can you communicate with them? How often can they understand, hear, and see you? And how often can you understand, hear, and see them? What does that look like? We get fixated on the product or on the service or on the event or on the organization. We get fixated on the bullet points that fall underneath it and not on the community that receives it. We want to be in a space that you feel as if you are directly connected to the community in which you serve. Because that's when you're going to thrive. That's when, in the spirit of personal branding, people will have positive conversations about you in your absence. Because your community will lead, your community will do the work, your community will celebrate you when you're not even around. So I need you to focus this week, this day, on your community, on what that looks like for you, who these people are, what are they saying about you, what do they need that you can provide, what can you do better for them? I will always say that I've done my best, and that's the truth, but my best has not always been right. My best has not always been the right thing to do. My best has not always worked out, right? My best has sometimes fallen short of what my community needs, what my communities, my staff, my, loved ones, what they need. But in recognizing that, I can do better. I can show up more. I can deliver more. I can be more, but only if I have clear communication with the community in which I serve. And then ultimately, I have a want in order to do better. I have a want in order to be better for all of them. I have students. I have members of my community now, which is so exciting. I have an audience that tunes in each and every day. I have these groups and segments of people in which I serve. Well, in the clear definition of it, I serve them. So how do I better serve them? How do I better show up for them? You guys know I'm on, what am I? I'm looking at my calendar. This is morning message number 110. It's insane. I showed up 110 times in this way, in this room, to be able to not only show up for myself, but show up for the community that I truly respect. I respect their time. I respect what it is that they provide. Every like, every follow, every fan, I respect that. And I want more of it, but I want more of it to be quality. I want for it to be a situation where people can rely on me and I can rely on them. And that is a community. It is a two-way street, right? So these 110 morning messages have been me speaking at you. That's why it was so important, because one, I missed all of our live opportunities and the opportunity to sit shoulder to shoulder with guests and to laugh and hug. I miss it so much. So I had no choice. This membership group is really an opportunity to meet them every week, not only in this one-sided dialogue, but also in a Zoom format every Wednesday. So tomorrow night, you got to join me at 7 p.m. And I can see, and we can laugh, and we can talk, and we can connect, and we can, and we can just be. It's important to me. I needed that. I know my community needed that. So the combination is just a beautiful thing. And so how do I serve you? How does the community serve me? What does that look like? And for me, that's really all I want. So what do you want? What does your community want and need? What does that look like and feel like for you? Because if you're not analyzing that or looking at that or having a conversation about that, you're doing yourself, your brand, and therefore your community a disservice. So as you pizza and pajama it today, as you sit in front of a Netflix and chill, think about the people that you serve. What does that customer base look like? What does that community look like? I know I have an audience and I have community members. Audience, people that just tune in each and every day. They're not looking to buy things. They're not looking to level up in any kind of way. They just think I'm funny, like my smile. I send a little piece of energy and I can introduce them through videos to wonderful and remarkable people. Then I have my community of people that want to level up, that want to actually meet people, that want to connect with people, that want to be able to create conversations and not just listen to speeches. That's the community. I have identified those two groups. There is a celebration in that. There's a celebration in understanding what the audience receives and what the community receives, and therefore what products I create for each of them. There is a freeing nature to knowing who I am talking to, and being able to create campaigns specifically for the groups in which I serve. There is a paralyzing nature in not knowing that. There is a stagnant nature in not knowing who you're serving. There is, the knowledge or the lack of knowledge cements you to a space in which you cannot do any better for yourself. You can't do any better for them. You can't do any better for your business because you don't know. And we always say, This Is It TV, you don't know what you don't know. And that always becomes a detriment to what it is that you're doing. Where I want us to celebrate what we do know. I want us to understand who our people are, who our Karens and our Lisas are, who our Irenas are, who our Jacks are, our Taras are, our Joes are, our Lindas are. I want to know who these people are so I can better serve them. And so you need to figure out who your people are. You need to understand and know them, know the frequency in which they view in and tune into you, how often they choose to purchase your product or service, what they're looking to read and watch. And it sounds daunting. It sounds like a lot of work. But what you want on the other end of it, you deserve. And that is the time that you're investing. That is the time, the discovery time that you're in, right? Like people are like, is it women between the ages of 30 and 55? Yeah, because I'm doing the work to find out who's paying attention to me. Are there 25-year-olds? Yes. Are there beautiful 67-year-olds? 100%. But I'm trying to figure out how to communicate with the mass of my group so I can communicate with the minorities of my group. It's a wonderful thing, this piece of discovery. I don't want you to cheat yourself out of it. Find out who your audience is. Find out who your community is. What does it look like? Because once you possess that, once you have that information, you can create campaigns that are not only amazing, but engaging. that can get you closer to what it is that you want. You're not just shooting fish in a barrel. You are really creating campaigns that are effective, that are intentional, that are reaching them, that are communicating with them. And you might not get it right. You might not get it right away. And you might not be able to figure it out right away. And it might not be cute right away. And you might make a lot of mistakes right away, but you will make even worse mistakes by not knowing where these people live and who they are and what they look like and what their buying patterns are. It's worth the digging. It's worth the slowing down. I'm a prisoner of my own deadlines. I don't know if any of you are in this kind of scenario. I give myself a deadline. I wanted to launch the membership group in the beginning of August. That was what I wanted to do. The beginning of August, I put it out there, put Post-its. Oh my gosh, if you could see this place. Put Post-its everywhere. That's what it was like. And then I slowly was creeping upon those dates and falling behind of my own deadlines until I realized that I create the deadlines. I'm the one who creates the deadlines. I set the tone. And I knew I needed to know my community more before I served them. So I moved the deadlines and I was patient with myself. And as opposed to feeling as if I had fallen short, I knew that I was doing what I needed to do in order to better serve those that I am in business for. And that is my audience and my community. And so I really am working so diligently and so hard and task mastering all of the things that I need to do, knowing that I'm going to make mistakes, knowing that it's not going to work every single time, knowing that I might have to apologize from time to time about the things in which I don't know that I will know. And so I encourage all of you to understand your community, to dive into the people that follow, fan, and like you, to celebrate those that take time out of their day to stop as they're scrolling to give you a like. I suggest you figure out who wants to be in your community and who you want in your community, so you can really celebrate what you have chosen to do with your life. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. Don't forget to follow, fan, and like me everywhere you find at This Is It TV. And log on to thisisItTV.com for more information within the post. Our new platform, you can feel free to browse our current programming. And if you'd like to join us within our Scream Your Dream membership community, there's an option to do that as well. We meet twice a week for our membership community, for Marketing Mondays on Monday at our private Facebook group, and then for Chell Chats, which is kind of like my version of TED Talks, every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. There is always a way to get in touch with me. I make sure that I'm accessible. I make sure that you have the tools in which you need to no longer whisper your wishes, but to, in fact, scream your dream. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. I'll see you tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Take care. Bye-bye.